Holy moly, look at that. What in the world do we have here? That is a unexpected but somehow disturbing surprise. There's our end coin right there. Definitely has some wear on it. Again, some hair here and there. No problem. That's why we wear the gloves. Take a look what we're gonna get for a year on this one, guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Coin Quest Pennies. That, of course, being this year's where I pick up $25 boxes of pennies like this one right here, go through the rolls in the boxes looking for interesting and valuable coins that I can use to fill in my collection books. So this right here is box number 30 in our series to try to fill in this collection book as far as we possibly can. You can see we have a long ways to go, though, and we haven't had much luck in the last few boxes, so this time around, I'm not fooling around. As you can see, this entire $25 box of pennies is made up entirely of customer wrapped rolls, which can mean one of two things. Number one, this is another coin roll hunter's dump, which means we're gonna get completely skunked. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat that's not the case because we have some great rolls already showing in this box. Let's take a look. This one certainly caught my eye. Look at that. We already got ourselves a wheat penny reverse showing right on the end of that roll. But that's not it, guys. Take a look at this red stripes roll here. We got the exact same thing showing up on this end. Another wheat penny ender. 2 out of 50 rolls are showing wheat penny enders. That is a very good sign. The second possibility for these customer wrapped rolls is that these are somebody's collection dump. Maybe somebody came into the bank, wasn't super knowledgeable, packed up all their really good stuff, their wheat pennies, their Indian heads maybe, and threw them into this box and turned them into the bank. That, of course, is the possibility that we're hoping for. And I think with those two enders, we have some pretty good signs that that is where we're headed. When it comes to coin roll hunting pennies, you never know what you're gonna find. That is 100 times more the case when it comes to customer wrapped rolls. So very excited to get into these and see if we can put some coins into the collection today. Of course, as we hunt through this box of pennies today, we'll be using the Quin Coins penny roll hunting placemat to be our guide. Across the front of it, you have all the different types of pennies that you can find in your roll to give you an idea of what you're looking for. And then flipping it on over to the backside, we have a point system which we use to rate the boxes that we go through, as well as key date and low mintage lists to help you identify rare coins as you go through your rolls. Of course, if you're interested in picking up one of these penny placemats to aid you in your own penny roll hunting, you can head on over to my website at quinscoins.com. I'll put links down in the description below. I also have nickel and silver stacking placemats up there for you as well. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. All right, folks, we're gonna start this one off, of course, with our 2 wheat penny enders. Very curious to see what we can get out of these. I'm gonna start with this red striped roll because that one is the sort of the odd one out of most of these rolls. So let's just break into that first and see if we're gonna get any more copper edges. You can see that wheat penny right there, which is our ender. Nice dark brown color. I don't see too much else of that in this roll, so it's not gonna be like full of wheat pennies or anything. But we do have one on the end and we know that for sure. So there we go. It was hiding in the dark and now it is finally into the light. Let's flip this bad boy over. I'm hoping for something pre-40s because that's kind of where we're struggling right now as far as the collection goes. Those are a lot more rare to find. Those pre-40s wheat pennies. Let's see if we can get one here, guys. 3, 2, 1. And oh man, 1940, just about, huh? 1940 is crazy. I will take that though. That is a great way to start this one off. And we got a whole bunch of other coins in the roll here. So let's just dump these out and see what else we're gonna find in this roll. Like I said, we do see some coppery looking edges, so we might have another wheat penny in here, who knows? All right, let's take a look here. So actually all looking fairly new, especially for having a couple of wheat penny enders. That's pretty wild. All of that stuff pretty much looks like zinc to me. So let's take a look here, see if there's gonna be anything else popping out. Not really. No Canadians either. That's one thing I noticed down here in North Carolina. You definitely don't get as many Canadians as you do up in Michigan. We do have one more ender though. This one is even older looking, so I'm hoping, absolutely praying that we can get something older than 1940 there. And oh, we got some hair on it as well. I guess that's the fun thing about customer wrapped rolls. They're not always as sanitary as their machine wrapped counterparts. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and rip into this one like this, and we'll just do a nice little twirl around here and reveal that ender as soon as we can get it out. So there we go. There's our end coin right there. Nice looking coin. Definitely has some wear on it. Again, some hair here and there. No problem, that's why we wear the gloves. Now let's take a look at what we're gonna get for a year on this one, guys. Very excited to see this. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go, guys. We got some older ones coming out here, 1937. So we're definitely getting back there in age. Unfortunately, that is still not going to put this into any type of low mintage or rare category. I believe 35 up through 1940. If it doesn't have a mint mark, it's going to be a fairly common coin, even though it is back there into the 1930s. But that is a step in the right direction, and that's what we want to see. So that is an awesome find right there, especially coming out as an ender next to a 1940 ender nonetheless. So let's take a look at what else we have in this roll, guys. See if we're going to get anything else coming out of it. Once again, though, pretty new stuff coming out of this roll, it appears. So let's see if we can snag anything here. Oh, we do have another wheat in there. Amongst all of these nice new looking coins, we got another wheat penny in the roll. So this is gonna be a 2 wheat roll. How about that? All right, and there is our bonus wheat penny up close and personal. This one looks like it might be a little newer. It's definitely got some definition on it. But if it's back there in the same age range as these other ones, that would be a really great find because it's a nice looking reverse there. Love how these are all coming out reverse side as well, so we can do a nice dramatic reveal. All right, here we go, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, 54S, so not older, but I'm telling you right now, I know that those San Francisco mint marks have been tough for us. We may actually need this one in the collection, so I gotta check that real quick and I'll get back to you in just a sec. All right, here we go, breaking out the collection, 1909 to 2009. Let's flip over to those 50s. It's gonna be one more page, and oh my gosh, guys, 2 rolls in. And we do need it in the collection. Look at that. We also need a 54, unbelievably. We got the S before the plane. How crazy is that? So you can see here, guys, that San Francisco mint mark does not come out for me. We were missing it on the 47, 48, 49, and 55. Of course, that one being the exception. That one is a low mintage, so very much expected. 54S though, guys. Look at that. All we need to complete this entire section now is the 1954. So before I get too excited, let's go ahead and pop that bad boy in and take a look at the collection. Oh, that is amazing. So cool, guys. I was definitely not expecting to get something in over the 40s. I thought anything we'd be getting in would go into these earlier sections because you can see it's completely blank and wide open on those back pages. But 54S, it just snuck in there. We got it into the collection. I couldn't be happier, guys. 2 rolls in and 48 more to go. Let's see what else we can find. All right, what a wild start. 2 rolls in. We already got 3 wheat pennies, one of them actually going into the collection and one of them pre-40s. So very excited to see what the rest of these rolls have in store. The one thing I'm a little concerned about, though, is the fact that a lot of these end up looking really new. I don't know what's going on. It's like there's just little pieces, there's wheat pennies sort of intertwined in amongst all these older, or newer looking coins. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This might just have been a complete one-off that we got those. And we'll see what goes on for the rest of these rolls. Like you just saw right there, that roll ended up having nothing of interest. So let's go ahead and move on to the, oh my God. All right, I didn't even have to finish that roll. Jeez, what the, oh, that's like a hair over there on that other side. But look at this, guys. Again, amongst all these newer coins, we have ourselves another wheat penny. And this one also looks like it might be older. So let's take a look at this here. All right, so this is a really nice old looking one right there. You can see a lot of wear and tear on those wheat ears. Let's flip this over, see what we can get. I'm hoping for a 30s, maybe even 1920s here. 3, 2, 1. There we go, 35. So once again, guys, 35 to 39. If you don't have a mint mark, it's not going to be anything super rare. I do have all those in the collection already, but that, like I said, going in the right direction. I will take it. All right, let's see what else we got for the rest of this roll. Maybe we get another surprise like that. Nope, looks like that's going to do it for that one. So on to roll number 5. All right, here we go, guys. Roll number 5, breaking into it now. See what it's got in store. Nothing in roll number 5. I feel like we're gonna breeze through these rolls because they're extremely hit or miss. It's like you either get one big score or you get nothing at all. So let's see what the next one's got for us. Is it gonna have something good? This definitely looks like there's a lot more copper in this one. There's a 62. Getting back there, but not quite. All right, nothing too crazy going on in that roll. I do have this one coin here that I thought looked a little bit interesting. You can see it's got a nice wide rim over there on the left side, and then on the right side it's very thin. Not enough to warrant any additional value though, as you can see. If you were to find that a little bit thicker, you know, maybe taking up like 10% of the coin or so, then you'd be talking a little bit more value. But this one, in this state, I think that's within reason for mint standards, so nothing crazy there. We'll get on to the next roll. All right, breaking into the next roll. Again with the hairs coming out. Not much I can do about that. Oh, there we go. We got a 2009. That's the first one that I have seen, and it's actually the more rare of the 4 designs. As you can see right here, the placemat does feature all 4 2009 cents, and this one happens to be that last one there. The very last design is the Presidency, and that is what we have. Very nice to see that come out for us. And let's see what we got for a mint mark. So it is going to be the Philadelphia. I don't remember which one between the two is rare, but these are low mintage coins to begin with, and this one happens to be lowest mintage out of the 4 designs. So very cool to see that one coming out. I actually haven't really been looking for 2009s, kind of just been looking for wheat pennies because that's what we need for our collection. But I should definitely be keeping my eye open for them. Oh, wait a minute. I almost skipped that one because it didn't look like a wheat penny, but it is. Take a look at this, guys. Just a pretty nice looking coin right here. And it is going to be a 1958 with a little bit of luster still left on it. That is very cool to see, and that is definitely going to be a wheat penny. All right, here's a look at that find up under the scope. You can see definitely some luster still left on the date area and on Liberty there. Not a whole lot left though, and it definitely has some corrosion up there on the top right side of the coin, but still a good find, guys. I pull out any wheat penny I can find. Now guys, here's something I feel I don't do enough of. I do have this book, Cherry Picker's Guide. It's a very expensive book, but also very worth it if you're gonna be on the lookout for different types of heirs and varieties. There happens to be one in 1958. You can see a massive double die on In God We Trust and Liberty. Although I'm reading here that it's possible that this has never actually made it into public circulation. So very, very slim chance that we have it, but let's take a look at our In God We Trust over here. Yeah, definitely no doubling on those letters, but nice to look out for stuff like that, especially if you're going to be looking at the wheat pennies anyway. You may as well flip through these pages and see if you're going to have a chance at an error or variety, which is going to make it worth a lot more money. So yeah, I think I'll probably be doing that going forward just to see if we can find something crazy like that. It definitely makes things a lot more interesting in my opinion. So roll number 10 here marks 20% through the box. Let's see if we can finish off that first 20% strong with another wheat penny. Well, maybe we can't, but it looks like we do actually have a Canadian penny, and that is sort of rare to see down here in North Carolina. Definitely don't see too many of these. This is going to be a steel one as well, 2005. That should have Queen Elizabeth in the final state of her bust on these coins. So 2005 Canadian penny right there. These were actually discontinued in 2012, if you can believe it or not. So let me grab my Canadian penny book and see if we can figure out what we want to be looking for on this coin. So taking a look at our Canadian penny book, you can see there's 2 different types of 2005s, the 2005 and the 2005P. The P being the significantly lower mintage. Now let's see if we have a P on this coin anywhere that we can tell. I don't think I saw one on initial assessment, but yeah, it should be on this side if there was one. I think it would be below Queen Elizabeth there. If not, then I will throw up the correct location of that. But yes, so we do just have the more common 2005 Canadian penny, which I believe we have in our collection, but I'm gonna have to double check that as well. Yes, so you can see we have the 2005, still looking for that 2005P with only 30 million minted. So we'll be on the lookout for that one once again. I just realized though, this is gonna be a lot harder to fill down here in North Carolina because we don't get very many of these. So hopefully we can get something in, but you know, it's gonna be tough for sure. All right, back to the roll, just finishing this one off. Whole bunch of 2020s, and that's gonna do it, guys. So 20% of the way through, go ahead and reward it with a whole bunch of 2020s. How about that? All right, guys, on to roll number 11. I'll let you know what I find. Ooh. Oh, guys, I think we got something good here. I'm seeing something that looks very old. Right. Oh, holy moly, look at that. All right. So I'm sure you guys can see that now. I saw the edge of that. I don't know. Something about it just gave it away. 1928. How about that? That may be going into the collection. Now, once again, this doesn't have a mint mark. If it did, it would be a lot better. I'll tell you that right now. But 1928, it's not in the 30s. It's not even in the early 30s. It's in the 20s. So that definitely gives it, that's almost a 100-year-old coin right there. And depending on when you're watching this video, so 2024 right now, that's 96 years old. All right, let's take a look at the backside just for condition's sake. Yeah, definitely an older looking coin right there. Very worn down. And let's take a look at it under the scope. And here we go, 1928. Really nice looking older coin right there. That is a piece of American history right there. Now for the question, do we have it in the collection? Let's find out. All right, here we go, moment of truth. Let's see. We got 1920 up through this page, and here we are. Look at that, guys. We do not have that one in the collection yet. If we can focus there. Look at that. We got a 28 Denver, no 1928. So that is our second coin into the collection. Not even halfway through the box today. This is a very good one so far. That is awesome. I'm sure the 28 Denver is probably more rare than the 28. But it came out first, and now we're going to be putting one next to it. And there she is, 1928 going into the collection. Let's see if we got anything else in this roll, because it looked like there might be some other good stuff. I'm seeing some copper. All right, looks like that is going to do it for that roll. 1928 is the only keeper. Let's see what we got coming in the next one. Well, it looks like another piece of hair. That's been pretty consistent throughout this hunt. Oh man, all right, but let's see if we got anything else that we're actually gonna keep in the collection. All right, once again, nothing in that roll. Very hit or miss, like I said. So let's dump these coins here. And it looks like we still got 35, 36 even more rolls to go. This is very exciting, guys. I think we could really hit something big here. Maybe something even back into the teens, maybe even an Indian head penny. Let's find out. All right, so no wheat pennies this time around, but we did just find a really nice looking 1959 Denver right there. You can see quite a bit of luster still left on that one. And I did check my cherry picker's guide. There's something to look for on this one. Let's take a look. All right, so you can see right here, we are looking for the 1959 Denver repunched mint mark. So like a double mint mark going on with that Denver. You can see a nice close-up picture right there. Let's take a look at our coin, 1959 Denver, and see if we can see it. No, that Denver looks pretty clean. I'm not seeing any doubling there, so it's not going to be the repunched mint mark, but definitely a cool find with some nice luster still left on it. If it was 1 year younger, it would have been a wheat penny, and definitely would have been a keeper. So I got to say, we got to keep this one. All right, on to the next roll, guys. Very new-looking coins, except for this right. Oh, this just has the look to it. Again, it's got that signature look. I feel like this could be older. Let's take a look here, guys. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it is, but it's not quite as old as I would have hoped. And here is the reveal. 1945 it is. So very, very common wheat penny right there. As far as wheat pennies go, of course, I'm not saying it's common to find wheat pennies in circulation, because it's not. But 1945, yeah, as far as wheat pennies go, that's not really one you're looking for. We'll add it to the pile, though, and keep on searching. All right, guys, looks like we're coming down to the end of our cointainer rolls. I don't know if these were all rolled by the same person. I really hope that they were, because we have a whole bunch of other rolls to be looking at here. And I'm hoping that it carries over the same luck that we're seeing here. Hopefully less hair, though. I wouldn't mind that. All right, let's see if we got anything in this roll here. Nice Tone 1973 right there. We'll put that to the side. And I think that's just about going to do it for that roll. So I think, let's see, yeah, we got 2 more of these, and then it's on to other stuff. Like we got some rolls that look like that. I think that's pretty much it for the rest of the hunt. So we'll see how those other rolls treat us. But these cointainer rolls have been very good to us so far. So let's open up these last 2 and see if there's going to be anything else in there. All right, so we got 1 more cointainer roll, 1 more HE String and Son. I actually can't remember now if it was HE String and Son or the cointainer rolls that have been good, because they look pretty similar. Let's take a look at what we're going to get in this last cointainer roll, though. Definitely some copper that I'm seeing, so let's see if we can snag a wheat. No, we don't have any wheat pennies, but we do have a 2009. Another one of those designs which we showed earlier. We got the rarest of the 4. So this one right here, which has sort of a weird stain on the right side of it, is going to be Professional Life, the 3rd in the series. So we're working our way through the series backwards. That's also going to be a Philadelphia. So that's pretty cool. I will take it. And let's take a look at that final H.E. Harris and String Son ink roll. And I think maybe these were the ones that were good to us. So this could be good, guys. Let's take a look. Man, that is a tough cookie to crack. Actually, let's try to preserve this roll and just dump it out like this. Yeah, again, a lot of newer looking coins, a few pieces of copper though. Are we gonna have a wheat? That is the question. Nope, doesn't look like it. So that is about 20 rolls done, guys. Just coming up on the halfway point here soon. Hopefully those other rolls treat us just as well as the last 20 have. All right, let's try one of these standard red stripe rolls. Yeah, okay, these are very different. And I can tell you right now, not a bad thing either. Look at that. So I'm definitely seeing more copper. I can say that for sure. We have a wheat penny showing right off the bat, so that's another good sign. Just zoom in on that one real quick so we can try to figure this one out together. All right, let me pull that away. There is our wheat penny. Nice looking coin right there. Probably gonna be 40s or 50s though, so something common, but let's find out. 3, 2, and 1. All right, 52. So common wheat right there. Definitely happy to see it though. I'm happy to see that these red striped rolls are going to be giving us something good. At least they have already. That was also one of our enders too. I should remember that for sure. All right, that's going to do it for our first one. So we're 1 for 1. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. I think I'll just keep opening these live until we fail to hit something. This one feels a little lighter. I think this one might be a little short of 50 coins, but that's all right. That's what they call the coin roll hunter's tax. You're not always going to get a perfect roll. All right, this is looking a lot more zinky. As a matter of fact, I don't see a single copper coin in this entire roll. So, okay, that might be copper, but pretty much all zinc in that one. Very, very strange. So we'll get on to the next one, guys, and I'll let you know when I find something good. What the heck? Oh man, I thought we had a steel scent there for a second, but that is a unexpected but somehow pleasant and also disturbing surprise. This is odd. So definitely not a silver dime, but it is a dime. It's a 1994. It's got some unidentified material on the front of it, and also it looks like on the back. So a very beat up dime, although that does probably take the place of a penny or two in this roll. We saw we had a short roll earlier, so I guess maybe they're trying to make up for it with that dime. So I appreciate that. Very cool to see a dime in a penny roll. It's one of the coins that if it's not the denomination that you're hunting, at least it's a nice surprise because you're making money back on it either way. All right, that is a kind of a cool find in one of those striped red rolls. I don't see anything else in this roll though, so we will get on to the next one. That is awesome. So this may be the final red striped roll. That looks older. Nope, 75. And I think that is going to do it, guys, for the red striped rolls. Let's take a look at what we got left here. All right, so we are just over halfway through the box now. We have some great finds, 2 coins into the collection, a few coins we could look at under the scope for interesting airs. We didn't get any of those, unfortunately, but you never know. The rest of the rolls look like this. So this could be either really good or really bad, because I'm sure these were all turned in by the same person. So let's grab a sample from this roll right here and see what we're dealing with. All right, at least they're not all entirely zinc. Keep in mind, we didn't have any enders on these rolls that look like this, so I really don't know what I'm getting into here. It basically just looks like regular coins so far, but you never know. Yep, so some 60s and 70s over on the left-hand side, so not bad, not particularly good either. Let's grab one more, though, and see if we're gonna get anything a little bit different on the second one in. Let's see that. Nope, just some copper. Oh, wait. No, we do have a wheat right there. Look at that. All right, so that's a good sign. We know that there are wheats to be found. Would love to see something older like we got in those early rolls, though. Let's take a look here, guys. See what we're going to get for a date. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, 41. All right, we're getting back there. 1941. That's not too bad. Let's see if we're going to be on the lookout for anything in particular on that 1941. As far as airs and varieties go. All right, so it looks like there's actually 3 different airs and varieties to look for on the 1941 plane. We have a double die obverse on the 4, and then another double die obverse over here on, looks like In God We Trust, and another double die obverse in a couple different places. It looks like on the 1-9 and the ear on Lincoln. So that is all going to be on the front side. They were really messing up that year. Let's take a look and see if we got any of that. All right, so here is our coin. Let's take a look at the date first. So looking on that 4 for something, basically on that little spot that's all blacked out. I'm not seeing any doubling there on the 4 itself. How about on the 1 or the 9? We're looking to the left of the 1 and the left of the 9. Not seeing any of that like phantom doubling either there, but we do have one more to look for. It's going to be on In God, and it is extremely prominent in the picture at least. On this one, I'm not seeing it at all. So nothing there, guys, but definitely gives you an idea of what you want to be looking out for. 1941s, take a look at those. There's 3 different things you can find. All right, continuing on with this roll. Let's see if we can make it a 2-wheat roll. Definitely seeing some copper, but nothing that we are going to be keeping. So let's get on to the next. Ooh, what is this? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, just almost off camera there, so gotta be careful. We do have a wheat, and it definitely looks like an outlier in this roll. Again, not too much copper there, so let's take a look at that. Wow, very, very worn out, corroded wheat penny. I would be disappointed if this was in the 40s or 50s because it's not a very pretty coin, but to get this into the collection, we need it to be older, almost undoubtedly. So let's take a look, guys. 3, 2, 1. All right, 42 Denver. That's probably not going into the collection. Like I said, we need almost all San Franciscos, but we do just have to flip a couple pages here to see, wow, there's 4 different things to look for on the 42 plain, 2 different ones to look for on the 42 Denver. So let's take a look. Yeah, so you can see 42 Denver, both repunched mint marks. So we're looking for a doubling on that Denver. Both worth about, it looks like $5 to $10 in average condition. I don't think our coin's in average condition, but we might have it. Let's take a look. All right, let's see. Looking for doubling on that Denver. Oh, it's pretty worn out, but I think we may have it. It's possible. I think it's just almost impossible to say yes or no because of how worn out it is. If that was a little bit nicer of a coin, we might have been able to tell, but it's totally possible looking at that date. That could be the repunched mint mark there. So I don't know. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. And I'm going to put that one to the side regardless because it is, of course, a wheat penny and we keep them all. And I almost missed a 2009. That would have been tragic. We have one right here, and it is actually the first in the series, so we're not going to be going completely backwards, finding every single one from the series in reverse order, because this one is going to be number 1 out of the 4. Birth and early childhood right there. Let's see if it's going to be the Philly like the other ones have been. No, that one's going to be the oddball out with a Denver mint mark on that 2009. Definitely keeper right there, though. Pretty decent shape as well. Yeah, definitely some coppery looking stuff in this roll, so let's see if we can get something. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, I just wasn't used to seeing this because it's been a little while, but let's take a look. So we got a Queen Elizabeth II, and it is going to be probably in the 70s or 80s. Now, I have pretty much every one of these coins in the collection already, so not really going to be going into the collection, but we can flip it over and just take a look. Just for the heck of it. Yep, 1975. It's pretty cool to see. One of these days, I would love to find a steel penny in one of these rolls. I've never done it myself. It is much more possible to do in customer wrapped rolls because if you try to feed a steel penny into a machine which wraps your rolls for you, it will reject it. And that's why you never really find them in machine wrapped rolls. At least I haven't, so. But with customer wrapped rolls, you can put whatever you want in there. Like you saw, I found a dime earlier, which doesn't really happen with the machines either. Although I can't say that either, because I have seen that happen before. I've found pennies in nickel rolls, dimes in penny rolls, you name it. But anything just gets a lot more possible, it feels like, when it comes to customer wrapped rolls. As I was saying, look at that. What in the world do we have here? All right, so we definitely have a foreign coin. It's not going to be a Canadian. Let's take a look. Yeah, Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I have found these before. It's been a little while, so let's see. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that brings me back, guys. These starfish cents. 1 cent starfish, a Bahamian coin. And let's take a look at that under the scope, just in case you guys haven't seen these before. These are awesome. Super detailed on that starfish as well. I've never actually looked at one of these under the scope before. It has those little dots around it, sort of like a Canadian penny does. It says 1 cent, almost identical to the way that our American pennies say 1 cent on them. And look at the details on that starfish. Very cool. Let's take a look at the other side as well. This is a really nice looking one also. I don't know if you guys noticed, but yeah, so we got Commonwealth of the Bahamas 2001. And then we have sort of like an emblem over here on the other side with what looks like a swordfish and a flamingo. Very, very cool. I love that starfish. Just such a simple, clean design on, I don't even know if you would call this the obverse, but either way, I love, love, love the way that this coin looks. One of my favorites to find in pennies, and it's been a while, so very happy about it. Maybe I should request customer wrapped rolls more often, because this has been a lot of fun. Although I have had bad experiences with them in the past, so that's probably why I've stayed away. So sometimes you end up getting other people's dumps, which, you know, not great. Oh, I thought that was a 58, it's just a 68. Wow, lots more copper in this one, though. Gotta keep our eyes peeled. We might have a really nice looking wheat penny, and we don't want to miss it if that's the case. How about this one? 44 Denver right there. That is sweet. All right, so 44 on its own, not the most desirable coin. 44 Denver, still not the most desirable, but a little bit better. And, you know, we might have something to look for in the book here. So let's see if we can find 44 Denver. Oh, yeah, we got a couple of things here. No, we have 5 different things to look for in the 44 Denver. All right, well, we'd definitely be putting this one up under the scope, guys. Let's take a look at the book. All right, check this out. 44 Denver. I don't see what is going on with that coin. I see some weirdness on the W there, so we'll check for that. Otherwise, I couldn't really tell you what's even going on there. And then everything else has to do with the mint mark. You can see again, repunch mint mark. We got a repunch mint mark up there above the Denver. And then check these out, guys. These are awesome. I always wanted to have one of these as a kid. D over S. So there was an S punched in and then a D punched in over top of it. So look at these pictures. These are crazy. You get an S under there, but it's like slightly raised up. So let's take a look at that mint mark and see if we got anything like that. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Yeah, maybe we should zoom in a little bit on that. Let's see what we can do. All right, there's our zoom. And once again, guys, the problem with circulated coins is that sometimes if they get too circulated, no matter what you do, even if it had an error on it, it's just gonna be too worn down to tell for sure. And that seems to be the case with this one. I can see that there could be something on that Denver, but it doesn't look like we'll ever be able to figure it out. Now you can see there's a little bit of damage on the 9 itself there. It kind of makes it look like it's doubled. I think that's just damage though on the tail of the 9 that you can see there. So interesting, but it's probably just gonna be another common coin right there. Let's take a look at that W though. I think there was something about the W in God We Trust. And do we see anything there? No, again, it's gonna be too worn out to be able to tell, but I don't think we have anything on that either. So 44 Denver, another common wheat penny into the pile, and we got about 15 more rolls to go, so let's see what else we can find. There we go, another wheat penny coming out. I will take it. Let's see what we got for a year. This one's looking pretty standard, so I'm not gonna do the countdown on it. Let's just flip it and see what we got. 51 Denver it is. All right, so another common one right there. Still looking for that 54 though, gotta remember that, 54 plain. Let's see if there's anything to look for as far as errors and varieties go. All right, so 51D's got a double die obverse on God, so we'll check that out. And then again, with the D over S, we're looking for that D over S on the Denver mint mark, so let's check it out. All right, we'll check for a double die obverse on God first up. Not seeing it. How about that mint mark? No, I don't think so, but we'll do a zoom just to be sure. All right, there's our Denver mint mark. What do you guys think? You see an S under there? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, we got another Canadian coming out. That's kind of cool. So 1972 on that one, we'll just put it to the side. And it looks like we have a 1970S. This is not one that we find too often, but we do still need one of the 2 varieties on that 1970S in our collection. So let's take a look and see if we got the one we're looking for. All right, y'all, we're looking for the 70S small date. You can see here we have a picture of the 70S small date, and here is the large date. Usually you're looking at where the 7 lines up with the 0. I believe 7 below the 0, you can see they're on the large date, and then the 7 perfectly lines up with the 0 on the small date. You can also see a big difference between the 2 different zeros. Like this one's thicker, doesn't have as much space on the inside as the large date. This is not an easy one to tell though. I always struggle with this one, so nice to have a visual like this. Let's put it under the scope and see if we can figure it out. All right, here we go. Nice looking coin regardless. Now, do we have the small date? It is, again, hard to tell. It's possible though. I mean, that 0 doesn't look too bad for the small date. Let's do a zoom here and see if we can figure this out. All right, that's about as far as my microscope will let me go. Let's take a look now. Yeah, that's probably still gonna be a large date though. Just looking at the S, it's sort of filled in like the one is in the picture. So that's probably just gonna be a large date, but just to be sure, guys, I have an entire roll of 1970S's that I've found throughout the series. Let's throw some of those up and see if we can compare the 2. All right, so here's the one that I just found, probably a small date. Let's compare it to another one that I believe to be a small date. Yeah, pretty similar. I guess those O's do open up quite a bit. Not an O, a 0, but they do open up quite a bit, and I think that the likelihood of finding a large date is pretty low, but they can be found, and I'm still looking for it, so. The crazy thing is we've only found maybe 15 1970S's at all, so it's kind of crazy. It looks like even the small dates don't come out all that often. But with that being said, we got 5 more rolls to go. Let's see what else we can get. Ah, there we go. We got another wheat and some more coppery looking stuff too, so we might have a 2 wheat roll here. But let's take a look at this one first. I just saw the date on this. 1948 it is, another common one. And we'll see if we can find anything for errors and varieties. All right, looks like the year 1948 has no well-known errors or varieties. It goes right from 47 up to 49, so nothing to look for there, just a common wheat penny, but I will gladly take it, guys. We got 3 more rolls to go, plus whatever is left in this one. Let's see if we're gonna grab anything here real quick. That one looked promising, and so did that one, but they're just in the 60s and 70s, so that'll do it for that one, guys. Third roll from the end, here we go. All right, guys, last 2 rolls didn't have anything in them, so here is our last roll of this hunt. It's been great so far. I will have to say, though, these last 20 or so rolls have been pretty average. I think that whoever rolled these type of rolls right here was just rolling up some regular coins. There's nothing super special in there so far, so let's see if we can change that here in the last roll, though. Coming down to the end of it now, and I think that is going to do it, guys. So some very interesting stuff, some great stuff into the collection. Let's go ahead and go through a recap of what we were able to get out of this customer wrapped roll box of pennies. All right, guys, welcome to the wrap up on today's hunt of customer wrapped rolls. What a cool one. We're gonna start up here with the wheat cents in the 40s and 50s. We were able to get 9 of those plus 1 that went into the collection. So that's gonna be a total of 50 points right there. And let me turn you to the page in the collection where we got that one in. 1954S was the date on it. It's going in right there. We just need that 1954 to complete this whole middle section right here. And that was very cool to see. Even cooler in some sense was the fact that we were also able to get 3 from the 10s, 20s, and 30s. One coming out of the 1920s, which was a 1928. That one also going into the collection. So let's bring it on back over here to the collection. 1928 going in right there. Of course, we have a long ways before we complete that section. It may never get done, but I will continue to try. And then on top of that, we got 2 more 1930s coins. They're going to be a little bit tough to see here, but 1935 and 1937 were the dates on those. That gives us 30 more points right there, but we are not done. Take a look at this, guys. We got some other interesting stuff here. We did get a dime. This doesn't come out too often, but it did happen today. And we also got a Bahamas coin, that awesome starfish penny right there. And then on top of that, we also got 3 2009s. So those are going to be worth 1 point apiece. 2 points for the foreign, 3 points for the dime. And then I'm conflicted on whether I should count these Canadians as foreigns now that I'm living in North Carolina. They really don't come out as much. And not having this additional Canadian score sheet in play, because I'm just not finding this stuff, it definitely makes it tougher to get those 100-point boxes like we used to. But all that being said, guys, the total point score came out to 88 points, 94 if you were to count the Canadians as foreign. So really not too bad, especially considering that we got some coins into the collection today and a whole bunch of different weird surprises came out as well. Guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think of me using the cherry picker's guide as we go through these coins. I think it makes it interesting. There's so many errors and varieties to look for that you could fill up an entire book, and oh look, they did. So that's why we have it, and we have to reference it because there's no way I'm keeping all that stuff straight in my head. But I think it definitely makes it more interesting to be looking for errors and varieties as well, because that definitely will make a coin worth a lot more if you can identify one. Real quick before I end the video, just want to remind you that the penny placemat that I used in today's video is available at quinscoins.com, and I put a link down in the description below. I also have nickel and silver stacking placemats up there for you as well. But anyways, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this every single week. I always bring you along with the hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next episode.